Welcome back to another video about Ark Survival Ascended official PVE. In this video I will show you how to tame the Ceratosaurus. Since English is not my first language, I find it very difficult to pronounce this name, so from now on I'll be referring to it as the Cera. But let's get started. In this first part of the video I will show you how to prep for this tame and where to find a lot of them. If you already know this information, skip to the next chapter where we actually start trapping and taming. I found a lot of them around the mountains. First, we need to get Hemogoblin cocktails. For this we need Cera venom spikes, blood packs and narcotics. You get the Cera venom spikes by killing Ceras, so we fly around this area and kill every Cera we see. Good thing is, baby Ceras also drop these spikes. Per Cera I got around 1 to 4 spikes. It doesn't always go straight into your inventory, so make sure to check the bags on the ground. Once we get 100 spikes, it's time to head back to base to create blood packs. For blood packs, you will need to craft a blood extraction syringe and you'll be filling these with your own blood. I personally find it easy to do this in base because you lose health with every blood extraction. I keep pressing the syringe kit until I die, I respawn and I do it all over again. Now that we have created a nice pile of bodies, we have enough. We grab the spikes, blood packs and narcotics, and we can now create the Hemogoblin cocktails in our inventory. I created 10 because I did not know how much I was gonna need and I did want to have enough for a Cera tame. We also need kibble for the Cera tame, so I grabbed some wyvern eggs, honey, mayo berries, fiber and Lazarus chowder, and we create the extraordinary kibble. Now that we finally have everything, it's time to tame. Since this is recorded on official PVE, it's quite difficult to make a trap for them due to all the pillars. But I found a tiny area where I was able to place a trap. Don't hate my trap, I know it's not the most beautiful one, but it does work. I have an enclosed area with a generator and cryo fridge, and one gate opens up into the second enclosed area. This is where I'll be luring the Cera into. Once the trap is done, I'll lure the Cera into the trap. We're gonna tame this level 125 female Cera that has a male baby with her. Once I got the Cera trapped, I toss out my Rex, feed it the cocktail, and this is how we get the Cera drunk. Use a tame with a decent health pool and a good saddle, because you need to tank the damage of the Cera until it's 100% drunk. It took me 5 cocktails to get the 125 Cera drunk. My Rex has a 124 saddle and fully imprinted and it lost about 7k health. I noticed that when my Rex got stuck, the drunkenness didn't go up. And it actually dropped, so I moved around a little bit in my small trap. I do advise building the trap a little bit bigger so moving around is a little easier. It's kind of funny, because when you start the process of making the Cera drunk, the baby also gets drunk. Not sure if they meant to make it this way. But make sure the Cera can constantly hit you, or the drunk percentage will go down. I skip a little bit of this part of the video because I'm basically tanking the damage until the Cera is 100% drunk. I used 5 cocktails to get the Cera 100% drunk. Once the Cera is 100% drunk, you can passively feed it kibble. I got 12% with each feed. This is recorded on 2x rates, so normally I would have gotten 6% per feed. So I think it's around 4 to 5% for a 150 on 1x rates. I take this moment to show how cute the baby is next to his drunk mummy. And I also want to tell you I stream on Twitch. Gingerella with 3 A's at the end. When the center drops, I'll be streaming a lot. I've skipped the video a tiny bit because the passive feeding isn't that difficult. And there we go, we tamed the 125 female Cera. And we also claimed the baby that was next to it. At the first Cera tame, the dossier of these will also pop up. The base stats of the female before tame were horrendous, but luckily it came out decent. We're also gonna check out the abilities, so keep watching if you're interested in that. So we cryo them up and take them home. Now let's see what the Cera is capable of. First, let's create a saddle, which you can do in the smithy. And now it's time to ride it. The Sera is quite a fast tame if you don't bump into anything. If you don't bump into anything, you will build up speed just like the woolly rhino, and you'll become pretty fast. The Sera has 3 different attacks. Your regular attack is just a bite. The secondary attack looks like a headbutt that has some knockback. The bites also create a healing buff around the Sera that heals your carnivores around it, so maybe this will be a good thing for bosses too. The third attack is a spin, which is pretty cool, but the thing I personally really like is if you get attacked from behind, look backwards and do an attack, your Sera will turn around. Pretty cool feature for when you're stuck, for example. I hope this video was useful, and if it was, maybe leave a like, a comment, or maybe even a sub. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.